Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we are looking at the completely bonkers New Guardians #2. #1 was completely off the rails, and that's kind of appropriate given the topic of this issue. Continues to go further off the rails in literally, figuratively, metaphorically, and artistically. Anyway, cannot wait to show it to you. It is a classic, probably for all the wrong reasons. Anyway, hit like, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Share my content. Let's get going. New Guardians #2. From the pages of the Millennium, I covered issue 1, which was crazy. This is a very controversial comic book, kind of lamented for being politically incorrect, perpetuating horrifying stereotypes, and I think it was trying to be woke and like fell asleep at the wheel. I don't know. I'm so curious to know what other people think of this. Like my friend Philip. I'm sure he has a huge opinion. Anyway, yeah, it's wrong in a mug. Okay, so it is the new format, $1.25. Love the printing. I think it is more direct market, so maybe that's how they're getting away with slightly more mature storylines. But if you look at the colorful group of characters on the cover, which I love the classic Joe Staton art here. Jungle Snow, very important. You know, and I love group books. That's probably why I picked this up, because, you know, it's a group book. Love the Joe Staton art. Looks, you know, similar, of the same ilk to favorites of mine, like, you know, John Byrne. A little more cartoonish, but love it. So Steve Englehart plot. Steve Englehart, I guess, must have co-created the New Guardians during Millennium. I went backwards. I need to do Millennium first, but oh well. The horses escaped, so the barn door is not getting closed, people. Steve Englehart wrote the first issue, so now he's plotting, and Carrie Bates is doing the dialogue, and I believe he takes over as full-on writer eventually. It only goes for, like, I don't know, 11 issues, maybe. Joe Staton pencils, Mark Farmer inks, super solid art team. Anthony Tolan colors, the legendary John Costanza letters, Andy Helfer, editor. So, I mean, you know, this is like a serious production here. This is like a book they're probably banking on coming out of the pages of a company-wide event. I'm guessing successful. Joe Staton. I feel like this is my main interaction with him as an artist in my comic history. Like, I've since, like, need to get more into it, but like E-Man, and I know he did some Green Lantern stuff, which probably led to this and Millennium. But anyway, I love his art. I think it is so cool. This has to be the best character ever created, and for all the wrong reasons, horrifying. This old roached out man who looks like an old roached out cokehead is Snowflame, and he is fueled by the power of cocaine, and it has like these snowflames, and it makes him feel no pain, it makes him impervious. He's basically like a walking billboard endorsement for the benefits of cocaine. And he fights I always want to call them the Global Guardians. I'm gonna stop. The New Guardians. And yeah. So Ram is like beating the crap out of him. Oh my god, it just like, the dialogue is so good. I am Snowflame. Every cell of my being burns with white hot ecstasy. Cocaine is my god. God, I have met this person like 25 times. So anyway, they fight him. This big battle ensues. I just love Joe Staton's faces, and his art is just like so much fun to look at. Like, such great classic comic book art. And we're in the new format, so that allowed for better printing at the time. And they were able to do things like bleed to the edge of the pages, which like really opened up a lot of the artists artistically. And I love when they take advantage of it. Now it's such commonplace, you know, the full bleed. But before, you know, the perimeters of comic book printing would only let you go, and that's probably why they have the borders and gutters to begin with. Aside from just, you know, the classic storytelling frame. Anyway, this is so great. Open fire. I mean, come on. I need this as a t-shirt. Is this not awesome? So he's just like, all right, I'm through playing around with you fools. I've done my grandstanding. I've done my, like, Jack LaLanne dancing around, coke to the gills. And now I'm just going to have my, you know, mercenaries just blow you away. And, of course, they're faking it because the gay guy's faking it. He cast a spell to make it look like they're dead, I guess. I don't know how. They don't really explain it. Like, when you're magic, I guess there's no explanation. So, not only did we all avoid getting hit by the bullets, they did not affect us. We're not really dead. I'm making us look like we're dead. Perhaps I'm, like, too obsessed with that plot point. I don't know. So then here's the explanation to the hemoglobin. Goblin. Did I tell you? Because last issue, they fought the hemogoblin. And come to find out, he's a vampire. And they beat the crap out of him. He died. They left him for dead in the hotel room. But they're like, don't y'all worry. They got the autopsy back. And you guys didn't kill him. He died from AIDS. So that's the good news. But the bad news is that he bit 3 of you. So now we don't know if 3 of you have AIDS. And your sole mission from the Guardians is to, you know, repopulate the earth or spread your, God, I hate to say seed, but, you know, whatever, like, I don't know, breed. What do they call it when people have more babies? I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's part of their goal. And then they are facing the possibility of AIDS. Like, what kind of messed up, freaking horrifyingly depressing, awful comic book is this? 1988, I'm looking at you. Like, what the hell? I mean, I don't know, like, what people thought of this at the time. Like, I don't know what I thought of this at the time, but I must have been horrified on some level. But as, you know, like a closeted, well, I mean, not closeted, but in 88, let's see. Yeah, I was, you know, not out of the closet yet. So I must have just been so excited to see, like, a gay person in the comic book that even though it was, like, the Latinx Mary Poppins male version of that, I guess you got to take what you got at the time. Pauline was not available. And that's no slam against Pauline. National treasure, gay icon, legend. How do you like that? I do love the character designs here. I mean, they're a fun-looking bunch of characters. I would love to see so many artists take on these characters. I would love to see Grant Morrison be like, do like an original graphic novel and just use these characters and just like make it the craziest thing ever. If anyone can do it, they can, for sure. The Joe Staten art never fails to disappoint. So I have to question the morals of these new Guardians. I mean, come on. Like, in this weird Aborigine character that shares headspace with Gregorio. Like, does he not have a superhero name? Anyway, I don't even know what it'd probably be like Magic Balls or something crazy like that. So they didn't kill the hemoglobin goblin. They just left him for dead. But they did beat him to within an inch of his life, and they had no problem doing that. And granted, these guys did shoot them. The firing squad did shoot them, or they thought they did. And then they're like digging their graves. And then they're like, surprise suckers, we were faking it. And then whoosh, without a second thought, completely bury them all alive. And then like make jokes about it. I don't know. What is that teaching us? I don't know why certain little things like this stand out as hilarious to me. Although I have to point out the artistry. Because, you know, it's almost always about the art for me. 2 things. I do love, like, when they get creative with the panel borders, and I love how the plants are kind of, like, acting as the panel borders here. Gorgeous. Love that. And I just love the design of this character, how fun that is, and how this is, like, just goes to show how, like, more classic kind of comic book art just looks so cool, because there's really no way to translate that completely well to, like, screen. So that's, like, an example of doing something that looks so cool in comics, just taking advantage of the art form. That's my little artistic aside. So he says, and they're outside of this drug compound because they make a deal with, they're trying to go to South Africa to get revenge on the person who sent the hemoglobin to them. However, the CIA is stopping them, and they're like, okay, you can't do that, but you can go stop these drug lords in Colombia. And so they're like, cool. I don't know what. At last, the compound, and he says they have added a new wing since the CIA's last satellite photos. Like, that just seems like so weird to say that. Like, who was coked up when they wrote this? My God. Anyway, this is the best thing ever. So it's this Colombian coke party. Here's this coke lord looking, I don't know, like the Wizard or just something crazy. There's nothing better, like, than the old man villain with, like, white hair. Especially if he's got, like, cocaine eyeshadow and totally roided up and called White Flame. I mean, oh no, I'm sorry, Snow Flame. White Flame is is his cousin. Anyhow, it's so good. It is so good. I mean, of course, he's got some chick on a bikini, like, all coked up, and, like, they're all, I mean, come on. Like, he's surrounded by, like, all these raging cokeheads, which is important to the story. Then he's like, oh, you busted up my party. Takes 2 big handfuls of coke. Stop before he ignites. I mean, have you ever seen anything this crazy in a superhero comic book before? This is nuts. How many channels? Okay, so Steve Englehart had to plot this. What do you call it? Joe Staten had to pencil it. Mark Farmer had to ink it. Carrie Bates had to script it. Costanza had to letter it. Tolan had to color it. Helfer had to edit it. The printer had to print it. And not one person said, like, this is so freaking crazy. Like, what the hell is wrong with you people? And I'm glad, because we need a world where this exists. Nutty. Would love to have my hands on either one of these. Flash or Swamp Thing annuals look amazing. Anyway, this fluoro character, this plant character. Oh, yeah. So he basically, all these people are coked up. And once again, like, the perfect, like, billboard for, like, the benefits of cocaine. Nobody's feeling any pain. They're super strong. They're raging. They're able to take on superheroes. Fluoro, like, they accidentally touch Fluoro, who absorbs the coke out of their system, siphons it off, and then is able to, then the dragon lady is able to siphon it out of Fluoro and back into the earth, because coca is a natural thing. And is that really the message here? I don't know. Anyway, I feel like somewhere along the line, coke is the message here. Anyway, once again, loving the art, though. I love this. And then out of the blue, we get this gorgeous shot of them underwater. Okay, Ram has, like, a personal vendetta because he feels bested by Snowflame. So he needs his revenge. So I guess here it is. Do not throw the toaster in the bathtub. He's going to electrocute himself. But I do love this Zipatone. That looks freaking amazing. Sliving for that. And also sliving for this shadow ad. Like, Bill Sienkiewicz kicked off this Savage series with Andrew Helfer, and I feel like Kyle Baker owes so much to Bill Sienkiewicz, not because, like, their styles are so similar, but I feel like they are of the same ilk, but Baker is very much his own artist, but I feel like Bill Sienkiewicz sort of paved the way for it, and I just love this. That is such beautiful art. If somebody needs to cosplay this Snowflame character, like, right now, he is so amazing. If I wait 10 years and start growing my hair now, I could do it. And start raging on coke daily. I mean, I don't know. Would you ever think this character is like stereotypically gay looking at him? Like it's Salvador Dali basically meets Liberace. Which, see, I mean, I'm trying to make it sound disparaging and it just sounds awesome when I put it like that. Craziness. I do, like, I've said it one, I mean, Will Harbinger is just amazing. I love that she's part of this book. I love her. I've always loved the character design. I don't know. We'll have to see where this series goes. Once again, Joe Staten being artistic, taking advantage of panel border bleeding. And I mean, Carrie Bates kind of was a welcome addition. Like, he must have been a pretty, I don't know if he, like, I can't really attach him to anything else, and I know I should be able to, but, and people are probably like freaking out, what do you mean he wrote Swamp Thing? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Anyway, yet I don't know if my future is to be measured in months, years, or decades. I tell you something, life is hard. Next is LA Burning. Anyway, that is the second bonkers issue of New Guardians. Can't wait to bring you the third. Let's keep it rolling. Oh my God, way to be. And then you get hit with this Cosmic Odyssey ad with stunning Mike Mignola art that is so amazing. I've covered Cosmic Odyssey, love it. I mean, as great as Mike Mignola horror is, his superheroes are a treat and a half. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, share my content, and I'll bring you more later.